What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single class 1A student from My Hero Academia. If you guys are new to this channel, be sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. And yeah, let's just jump right into this. So I'm going to be ranking them out of 6 categories. So the first category is intelligence. Obviously, you got to be pretty smart to be a good pro hero. Number 2 is power. You have to be pretty powerful to take down villains. Number 3 is speed. Like, speed and power really go hand in hand in combat, and those are basically like your combat stuff. Chemistry, pro heroes frequently have to team up with other agencies, so they have to be able to work together nicely. Technique. Technique is just like how well they use their quirk and how like far they've come into training. And composure, like do they get frightened under pressure? So looking at this, okay, so we're gonna be ranking from like 20 to 1. So at number 20, I have Aiyama. So I gave him a 1 in intelligence because so basically, I should probably say how I decided to rank this. So for the intelligence ranking, we actually saw every student's midterm scores, so that I just used that for intelligence. Right, so I gave him a 1 in intelligence, a 2 out of 4 for power because he he is pretty powerful, but like he can't even shoot his laser that long. Oh yeah, and I'm doing manga only, so only up to season 4. Yeah, so he really can't shoot his laser that long. His speed, again, he can use his laser beam for his speed, but as we saw in like the 5th episode or something, the first episode where they went to UA, like when he was like a 40-yard dash, man, he was like using his laser, and then he got a stomach cramp and then like couldn't use it the rest of the way. So yeah, he can use his quirk for speed, but like it really isn't like too consistent. Chemistry for 1 out of 4. Again, he really isn't that like likable, and he doesn't even really make that many friends in the series. And then for technique, again, 1 out of 4 because he can't really use his quirk for that long. And then composure, 1 out of 4 because we saw in like in the pro hero licensing art that he was just like hiding, and also in the summer camp attack, he was also hiding. So he's just like spent a lot of time hiding a lot. So yeah, he got a total score of 8 out of 24. At number 19, I have Koda. He's obviously ahead of Aiyama because he's been freaking number 19. Right, so Koda, I gave him a 2 out of 4 in intelligence. I mean, like, again, it's based off that episode where we got to see every single one of their midterm results. Okay, and he gets a 2 out of 4 in intelligence. No, not intelligence. In power because. As we saw in like in the final exam arc, he was able to take down President Mike, and he can use his like bugs and animals to his advantage. But like all in all, it really isn't that powerful. So speed is 1 out of 4. He can't really use his quirk for speed. Chemistry 1 out of 4 because he like really doesn't even talk that much. Like he barely talks at all, and now he's supposed to like communicate and work well with the teammate that doesn't even talk. And then technique, I gave him a 2 out of 4 just because like he really is like he's afraid of bugs, where bugs are like half of his quirk, right? So like that's just like, yeah, man, you gotta work on that. And then for composure, 2 out of 4 again because he got really scared of the bugs, and he's just really scared of bugs. So then what's he gonna do against the like real villain? At number 18, I have Mineta. Okay, so Mineta is an interesting one. So he actually is pretty smart. He's from what I remember, he ranked 9th in the midterms. So yeah, 3 out of 4 for intelligence, 1 out of 4 for power. He can't really use his quirk for power. 2 out of 4 for speed. He does like he can bounce off of his balls, so he can use that a little bit for speed. But all in all, he really isn't that fast. Chemistry 1 out of 4. We see time and time again that he is not a team player. And yeah, he just messes it all up, especially if there's girls on the team. Okay. And then for technique, I actually gave him a 3 out of 4 because he's pretty good at using his quirk already. And the composure 1 out of 4 because again he gets frightened really easily. Okay, number 17, I have Hagakure Invisible Girl. This is probably like a little bit higher than where most people would rank her. But so she gets a 1 out of 4 in intelligence. She really like she had a really bad score. 1 out of 4 in power. She can't. She's just a regular human. 1 out of 4 for speed. She's a regular human. I put 3 out of 4 for chemistry because she is pretty good. Like well, she's just a normal person, but like she's invisible, so it's really kind of hard to like be like work well with someone that's invisible. Yeah, 2 out of 4 for technique. She really hasn't started using her quirk to the fullest of its potentials, especially since she always like her costume involves wearing clothes. Like how does that work? Like what? Okay, like if your quirk is invisibility, you might want to like take off those clothes so you'd be fully invisible. And then composure, gave her a 4 out of 4. She was pretty composed. All in all, a 12 out of 4. Okay, so moving on to the best genus tier. Now obviously these guys aren't as good as Best Genius, like I feel like that goes without saying. Number 16, maybe in the popular opinion, Kaminari at 14 out of 24. So he gets a 1 out of 4 in intelligence. He's like, I think the stupidest or the second stupidest in the class. A 4 out of 4 in power. Oh, his electricity is pretty powerful. A 1 out of 4 in speed. Yeah, he can't use his quirk for speed at all. And then he gets a 4 out of 4 in chemistry because we actually saw him, like, he was even able to get along with Bakugo, which is saying something. 2 out of 4 in technique, he still fries his brain every time he uses his quirk. And a 2 out of 4 in composure because, yeah, he really just doesn't stay composed. We saw that multiple times throughout the throughout the anime. Okay, number 15, Rikido Sato. He got a 16 out of 24. So Sato got a 2 out of 4 in intelligence, a 4 out of 4 in power, that's basically his whole quirk, a 1 out of 4 in speed, his quirk doesn't really like allow him to go faster. Okay. He got a 2 out of 4 in chemistry because when he uses his quirk a lot, he becomes pretty dumb and it's kind of hard to work with someone who's like that stupid. 3 out of 4 in technique. I mean, there really isn't that much technique that he can use, but yeah, he can also like make it. I don't know if that's possible, but he can just make it so that he becomes like less stupid every time he uses his quirk. But we do see that he is an excellent baker, which is part of his quirk training, and he got a 4 out of 4 in composure. Okay, number 14, Ashido, also with a 16 out of 24 score. So Ashido has a 1 out of 4 in intelligence. She along with Kaminari, they're both the stupidest in the class. 2 out of 4 in power. Like she really isn't that powerful, but like she does have acid, so I guess that counts her to something. A 3 out of 4 in speed. We actually see her skating along with her ice, and yeah, that seems to work pretty well. 4 out of 4 in chemistry. She's just like the ultimate team player. 2 out of 4 in technique. And 4 out of 4 in composure, which lands her at 16 out of 24. Okay, 13th is Cerro with a 17 out of 24 score. So Cerro, he gets a 1 out of 4 in intelligence. Again, he's pretty dumb. 1 out of 4 in power. He really isn't that powerful. He's just a normal human being. 4 out of 4 in speed. We see him swing around like Spider-Man with his tape. He gets a 4 out of 4 in chemistry. He's a pretty good team player. Okay, he gets a 3 out of 4 in technique. And then he gets a 4 out of 4 in composure. Okay, at number 12 is Giro with a score of, again, same as Cerro, 17 out of 24. So for Giro, she gets a 3 out of 4 in intelligence. She's pretty smart. A 2 out of 4 in power because she can use her ear shockwaves, I guess. Yeah, and those are kind of powerful, I suppose. 1 out of 4 in speed really isn't that fast. 4 out of 4 in chemistry, a really good team player, and she actually made Koda control the bugs. 3 out of 4 in technique. I feel like she does have some ways to go. And then a 4 out of 4 in composure. At number 11, also with a 17 out of 24, and this is going to be Ojiro, who is basically just like the most average character in the series, which is fitting because he's like right in the middle of the list. So Ojiro has a 3 out of 4 in intelligence. We see that he's pretty smart over the series, and obviously in that episode. 3 out of 4 in power and 3 out of 4 in speed. He can use his tail. His tail's pretty strong, and he also can use it to bounce around a lot, which is also pretty good. He also has a 3 out of 4 in chemistry, a 2 out of 4 in technique, and this is because like he really just doesn't have an open mind because like I'm pretty sure one of the teachers said like you're relying on your tail too much. He's just like, well, my tail is my quirk, so yeah, he needs to keep an open mind. And then for composure, 3 out of 4. We see him get kind of frightened a few times, but like not really. Okay, at number 10, I have Shoji. So Shoji, he gets a 3 out of 4 in intelligence, a 2 out of 4 in power, and a 2 out of 4 in speed. So we see that Shoji actually has a pretty strong grip in like the 5th episode of the series. But he really isn't that strong compared to everyone else, and also with speed, like he can use his wings to glide, I guess. But yeah, he also really isn't that fast. 4 out of 4 in chemistry, he works really good with others. 3 out of 4 in technique, feel like he can expand on that a little bit. And then he gets a 4 out of 4 in composure because he stayed very cool in that in the summer camp attack arc, and he gets an 18 out of 24 in total. Okay, above Shoji is Uraka, again with an 18 out of 24. So Uraka, okay, so she has a 2 out of 4 in intelligence. She placed like 12th or 13th, so yeah, 2 out of 4, below average for the class. 1 out of 4 in power, she can't really use her quirk for power. 3 out of 4 in speed because we see that she can make herself float. And then she gets a 4 out of 4 in chemistry. She works very well with others, especially Deku and Eeda. And then she gets a 4 out of 4 in technique and a 4 out of 4 in composure to round that out, that 18 out of 24. Okay, moving on to the Endeavor tier. Now, this is also probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but it's Kirashima. I gave him 19 out of 24 points. So, looking at his stats, or at least what I perceive, he gets a 2 out of 4 intelligence. He ranked like 12th or something, so yeah, not really that smart. 4 out of 4 in power, that's like kind of his whole quirk. 1 out of 4 in speed, he really can't use his quirk for speed. He gets a 4 out of 4 in chemistry because, again, he along with Kaminari were able to like calm down Bakugo, so that's saying something. And like actually work with him. 4 out of 4 in technique. We see his unbreakable form, and it is very, very strong. And then a 4 out of 4 in composure because now this is a little spoilery, but basically like in like the previous arc, he was able to do something that Osho even got scared at. I'm not gonna say what because I don't want to spoil it for like only anime viewers. But yeah, he was very brave, especially since he like recognized the thing that he was going up against. Okay, number 7, I have Yaoyorozu, again with a 19 out of 24. So she actually gets a 5 out of 4 in intelligence because by far she is like the smartest person in the class. Okay, she gets a 3 out of 4 in power because she can like make everything that she wants, and like we see time and time again, she makes cannons, which are pretty powerful. 1 out of 4 in speed, we have never seen her make something that like helps with her speed. 4 out of 4 in chemistry, she works very well, especially as a leader. 4 out of 4 in technique, and only 2 out of 4 in composure. I'm pretty sure Aizawa literally said that she does not work well under pressure. She lost all her confidence after the sports festival, and yeah, but yeah, she has been regaining like a little bit of her confidence, which is why she's at 2 out of 4 and not a 1 out of 4. Okay, at number 6, I have Asui, or Sue, with, again, a 19 out of 24. So she gets a 3 out of 4 in intelligence, a 2 out of 4 in power. Like, I guess her ton is pretty powerful, but, like, it really doesn't hold up to some of the other guys. And then she gets a 3 out of 4 in speed. She is just like a frog, and she can just hop around everywhere. 4 out of 4 in chemistry. What's her name? Oh yes, Recovery Girl said that Suyu was like the best. What's it called? She was the best team player, like the perfect team player. So yeah, she gets a 4/4 in chemistry, 3/4 in technique. Feel like she can still improve on that, and a 4/4 in composure. She stays pretty composed for the whole series, which gives her a 19/24. Okay, and then at number 5 is Eeda. So Eeda actually got a big upgrade in the manga, but again, this is only for the anime, and they haven't really got to there yet. So he gets a 4/4 in intelligence. I mean, he ranked second in the class, I'm pretty sure, second or third, one of the two. 3/4 in power. He can his kicks are pretty strong, but like they again really aren't don't hold up to like some of the other guys, especially those four that are still there. A 4/4 in speed, obviously, that's kind of his whole quirk. A 4/4 in chemistry. He is also a really good leader. A 2/4 in technique, because we see in the manga, again, he got a big upgrade, and he really hasn't got there yet, so he really isn't, like, reaching that high standard that he could get. And a 4/4 in composure. The really only, like, sign that we see of him not composed is when he got really angry at the hero killer, which, I mean, it's understandable. Okay. So, number 4, Tokoyami with a 21/24. So, he placed, like, 13th in the midterm, so he got a 2/4 in intelligence. He gets a 4/4 in power. Dark Shadow is very powerful, especially in the dark. 3/4 in speed. He can use Dark Shadow to cover him up, to make him, like, move faster and have better reflexes. 4/4 in chemistry, 4/4 in technique, and 4/4 in composure. Okay, and then number 3, I have Todoroki with 22/24. So Todoroki has a 4/4 in intelligence. He ranked 5th in the class. 4/4 in power and speed. We see that his flames and ice are very powerful, and he can use his ice to like skate around, which is also very fast. It kept up with Bakugo's explosions. Now, he has a 3/4 in chemistry because, like, at the beginning of the series, he really wasn't much of a team player. Okay, he gets a 4. Wait, right, yeah, so he really wasn't that much of a team player. As we said earlier, he was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do it by myself. He gets a 3/4 in technique because he still hasn't figured out how to use both sides at the same time while moving very fast. And then he gets a 4/4 in composure. He might be, honestly, the most composed, like, person out of all of them. Okay, so at number 2, this is gonna upset some fans, but yeah, it's Bakugo. And I mean, might as well. Number 1, Midoriya. So they both tied at 23/24. Bakugo, 4/4 in intelligence, 4/4 in power, 4/4 in speed, 3/4 in chemistry. But he is trying, like he is trying to get better. 4/4 in technique and 4/4 in composure. And for Midoriya, he got a 4/4 in intelligence, 4/4 in power, 4/4 in speed, 4/4 in chemistry, 3/4 in technique because he really hasn't mastered One for All yet, and a 4/4 in composure. So the reason I rank Midoriya over Bakugo is because in their most recent fight, Bakugo won, right, by the sum of his hair. But in that fight, Midoriya was at 8% of All for One, while Bakugo was going all out. And like we see in the overall arc that Midoriya is able to tap into 20%. Plus, we also see in the school festival arc that he is able to use like air pressurized blasts or something like that. So I feel like if they had a rematch with Midoriya going at 20%. He probably would beat Bakugo. So as much as I want to put Bakugo at number 1, yeah, I mean, like, all logic points to Midoriya. So anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Too easy!